What's going on, y'all? This is chess recordings. This is a very clumsy game by me and my opponent. His rating was extremely high. This is a fast chess bullet game with 1 minute. We both made tremendous blunders at the end of the day. But I'm gonna get to it. This is how he starts off, right? He starts off king's pawn opening. I mirror that move. And then he moves his knight to c3, which is called the Vienna games. And then I push out my bishop to c5. It's called the Anderson defense. If I was to play white and I was to make that same move, it would be called the bishop opening or something like that. But what I like, this is one of my favorite moves. I'm trying to give you guys a key of the move I make, so y'all might have a chance of beating me if you do ever play. You could just follow my chess.com ID or my chess.com username. But basically what I'm doing right now, the way of my logic and making this move is I'm trying to attack his f2 pawn. Once I attack his f2 pawn, I'm trying to disorientate his king and have his king running around the board. But you can't just attack the f2 pawn so quickly and so abruptly, because you want to make sure all your pieces are positioned on the board properly. You can end up losing the game by just attacking so fast. The next move he made, pushed out his knight to f3. Pushed out his knight to f3, right? I said, okay. He might be trying to attack my pawn on e5. I didn't pay that no mind because that was the move that I wanted him to make to start my attack. So my next move that I made him, I brought my knight out to f6. Me bringing my knight out to f6 is basically, you can't really tell what that move is if you're the opponent. You can't really tell what that move is. It's just a move. You could assume that I'm trying to take the e4 pawn, but the e4 pawn is protected. The e4 pawn is protected by the knight. So that'll be a not so great move. So the next move that he made, he kills my pawn on e. He kills my black pawn on e5. That was the move I wanted him to make. But what I was supposed to do, I was supposed to take my pawn and either push it up to d6 or d5. The reason why I'm gonna push it up to d6 or d5 is to allow my bishop on my pawn diagonal to protect the g4 square when I push my bishop up to the g4 position. That's what I wanted to do. The next move that I made was this. That was a mistake that I made, because that was a blunder that I made because I didn't realize that I didn't push my pawn up. So now basically what he's doing is doubling up on that g4 square. He has his queen attacking my bishop on the diagonal. Not my bishop, but his queen attacking my knight on the diagonal, as well as his knight attacking my knight on that g4 square. See, he doesn't realize that. Maybe he sees something that probably in his mind is disallowing him to make that move. Maybe he made a mistake and just made that move by accident, or just maybe he just didn't see that move. He didn't see that he could kill my piece my knight easily without him losing a piece, basically gaining 3 points if he kills my knight. His next move that he makes is his knight. He puts his knight to d3. That's in his mind. I assume he's thinking that he wants to protect that f2 square that the pawn is on. So if he's thinking that way, then that's most likely what he was thinking. He want to protect that f2 square that the pawn is on. But if he wants to protect the f2 square, then that gives me a perfect chance to attack, because it will disorientate his king to my liking. So I attack. I start my attack because now I have no choice but to attack that piece. Because at the end of the day, it's either I move the knight, or I move the. It's either I move the knight because he didn't kill me, and I start my attack right away, or I move my bishop and start my attack right away. I decide to move my bishop. So that's my next move, is the bishop, attacking that f2 square. So once I attacked his f2 square, he killed my f2 bishop. Then I killed his f2 knight at the end of the day. And then he killed my f2 knight with his king. That's when I start my attack. And this attack right here is really, it could have been easily prevented. I swing my queen out to attack the king, and the mistake that he makes is he moves to g1 when he should have either moved to e2 or e1. So he moves to g1. And that forces him to lose the game, because that was a horrible move at the end of the day. So he ended up losing the game because I ended up checkmating him. But yeah, man, that's the typical move that I make. I mean, the Anderson defense, or the bishop opening. That's the typical move I like making if the defense allows me to. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And if it's any questions you got, or any suggestions you got, leave it in the description. I'll be glad to take that into consideration. All right, thanks.